Not this, this is not this. Mainly in case of monopoly discrimination. But in right and wrong discrimination, where it is true or not, it is eternal or temporary, we have to consider from the sense of truth. In comparison also we can do, okay, comparatively it is permanent or not. Let us see whether it is comparatively permanent or not. At least this much we have to do. And nacha karma koti bhi, by thousands of work, by thousands of service, unless, they said that yes, service to man is service to God. So unless we have the freedom or will is disconnected from the desire, our ego will not go. So only when ego will go, at that time karma yoga is best. We can do karma yoga. In most of the cases, what happens? Fighting. Because ego is there. Everyone's motive or goal is to serve people. But how to do that? Fight is there. And because of our ego. Even, perhaps you might have remembered in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, So when Sri Ramakrishna met Vidyasagar, remember that. When he met Vidyasagar, then somebody came and told Vidyasagar in front of Sri Ramakrishna, told Vidyasagar that see some XYZ, he was actually praising you. Then Vidyasagar told, I did not help him. Why he is praising? Then Sri Ramakrishna, what kind of remark is this? See, even like that, Vidyasagar says, I did not help him, so why he is praising me? Means helping is the praising, or give some criticism when people will do. That means the connection is there. Vidyasagar had this connection that yes, the fruits, ego was there. That is why what the fruits will come. Either he will, yes, I served him. That is why it is common that he will criticize me because I helped him. So people say, I served him, I helped him so much. But see what kind of things he is criticizing me. Or he just completely forgets me. This we tell. That means what? We are expecting something. We did something, in return we are expecting something. That is the function of ego. If we don't have the function of ego, then we simply forget, did some service, and that is done, finished. There must not be any kind of reaction in the mind. So that is why it is said, Karma Yoga, we generally say yes, and we say that Karma Yoga is the fast. For purification, Karma Yoga is required. It is true, Karma Yoga is required for the purification, but it is also true that most of the cases, Karma Yoga brings ego, Karma Yoga brings a lot of problem. That is also true. So this is how, Katham Vimoksha, how can it be cut asunder? This is this way, for Viveka Vijnana, for discrimination and the grace of God. This can be cut asunder. knowledge. Then it is said, next verse, Shruti pramanaika mate sadharmanistha taiva atma vishuddhirasya vishuddha buddhe paramatma vedanam tenaiva samsara mula nasha. Oh, it will become shut off. Why? I don't think it will be.
I think more or less the screen gets shut off, but it again comes back.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, the screen will shut off.
Let us see what is going to happen. Anyway, the next verse it is saying, Shruti pramanaika matehe sadharmanistha taiva atma vishuddhi asya vishuddha buddhe paramatma vedanam tenaiva samsara mula nasha. Shruti pramana ekamate. So, what are the pramana? What are these pramana? Yes. So, Shruti is the pramana. Pramana ekamate sadharma nishtha. So, nishtha means one-pointed devotion. One-pointed devotion to sadharma. Taya eva. So, by that only, asa, this purusha, atma vishuddhi, vishuddha buddhe, paramatma vedanam is possible. And when there is a paramatma connection, samsara mula nasha, this nasha of samsara. So, Suti pramana ekamate. Suti pramana. One who is passionately devoted to the authority of Shrutis acquire steadiness in his swadharma, which alone conduces to the purity of his mind. The man of pure mind realizes the Supreme Self, and by this alone, samsara with its root is destroyed. So, what is swadharma here? It is written one's own duty, or the duty for which we are fit, which the Gita enjoins to us all to perform as the way to perfection. That is the swadharma. Sadharma biguno shreya paradharma bhayavaha. So Bhagavad Gita, it is said that who has swadharma nishtha and nishkama karma, then it will come. So in the previous slok it is said karma koti bhi, thousands of work cannot cut asunder the ajnana. So here in this verse he emphasizes swadharma nishtha. It is a kind of opposite thing. So swadharma nishtha, it is said that everybody should work. So the previous slok said that you cannot realize by any kind of 1,000 types of work. So if people completely get rid of work, Shankaracharya had that kind of fear. So in this verse, he said that he says that Swadharmonishta. Swadharma means what? In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says that guno karmo vibhagishu. So I did the, we have the vibhaga. There are 4 vibhaga. Vibhaga means the schools or the sect or the caste system, whatever you think. So there are 4 castes. As for example, the Brahmana, Vaishya, Kshatriya and Shudra. So Sri Krishna very clearly says that I did it. Because there is a confusion, criticism is there, that why this Brahmana, why this Varnashrama, why this kind of Varna, why this kind of caste system. It is not good, because the Brahmanas are getting privilege, So why Shudra will not get that? But in Bhagavad Gita, very clearly Sri Krishna says, I did that. And on the basis of what? Guna and karma, not by birth. It is not that the Brahmana's son will become Brahmana. No, not at all. I did it on the basis of guna and karma. Guna means the quality. What kind of quality? If someone has the quality, I always remember this, As a monk, many people complain us by saying that in our workplace, we did a lot of things, we do this, that, everything, but we are not getting the proper respect and proper treatment from our workplace. We are not judged properly. But those who are, pampering our superiors, those who are doing all these things to our others, they are actually those who are lying, those who are funny fellow, they are actually getting the promotion and they are doing all kind of, getting all kind of benefits. But we are actually suppressed and we are not getting anything. So this kind of complaint we listen so many times. So I thought about it and I came to the conclusion, I consoled myself by saying that Swami Vivekananda, when he came to America for the first time, and that he lost the credentials. He lost the credentials and everything, and ultimately he came to Chicago, and ultimately he became the guest of Hale family. So that was. And what happened in the dining table? In the dining table, it was said that just as sun doesn't need any kind of credential that sun is shining, exactly same way Swami Vivekananda doesn't have any kind of credential that Swami Vivekananda is here. Do we need any kind of proof that sun is on the sky? We do not have any proof because you are seeing sun is there. Sun doesn't need any proof. Sun doesn't need any kind of credential to shine on the sky. It is its own proof that sun is there. Swami Vivekananda is that. Exactly in the same way, if we have the quality, no credential is needed. Nothing is required. You will become your own testimony. Try to be like that. I always said to my students and others, always try to be like that. I always, said myself that always, if the quality is there, nobody can block anything else. It will come out today or tomorrow. Time. We must be patient, and time will actually reveal everything. So that is the important thing, what I think here also, that guno karma vibhagisu. No? So guno and karma, those are two things are very, very important. That is why Sri Krishna says, I divide those things by guna and karma. It is not that a Brahman son will become a Brahmin. No, not like that. A Shudra will become a Brahmin. He can elevate it in the Brahmanhood by his guna, by his quality, and by his karma. He will raise into, and that is what Swami Vivekananda did in Ramakrishna order. Ramakrishna order, Swami Vivekananda did that. Swami Vivekananda elevated everyone to Brahmanhood. That is what Swami Vivekananda did. And another contribution of Shankaracharya. See, not a single monk is asked by the householders that from which caste you have come. It happened also in one case, I can tell you, in our order. Very scholarly Swami. I do not want to disclose his name because he was so respected and he was so scholarly, extremely scholarly person. I saw him. He passed away, I think he crossed 100. So he was extremely scholarly Swami. So he was our monk. He was our, not monk actually, brahmachari. So the time came and he was orthodox, extremely orthodox. So when time came and he was Brahmin by birth, it looks like, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like he was Brahmin by birth. However, so when the time of sannyasa came, at that time our President Maharaj was Swami Bireshwarananda. So when the sannyasa time came, then he said, I shall not take sannyasa. Then he said, why? He said, no, I shall not take sannyasa from a non-Brahmin. And he was not given sannyasa for lifelong. And ultimately he left our order. And he used the Brahmacharya name throughout his life. His regard towards Ramakrishna mission is unparalleled. He wrote number of scriptural books, and he dedicated many books to Ramakrishna mission. So that was the thing actually. So see, it is Shankaracharya's influence actually. He did that. He elevated the monks in such a level that nobody asked. They are the higher strata of the society, and nobody asked any monk that from which caste you are belonging, because they were beyond caste and creed. So that's the important thing. Guru karma vibhagishu. What does it mean by Brahmana? The Brahmana means Brahmacharati iti. Brahmacharati iti is Brahmachari, and also the Brahmana. Brahmacharati iti, what does it mean? Brahma here means doesn't the Brahman. Here Brahma means scriptures. Brahma charoti iti. Charoti means walk. They work through scriptures, means they always study scripture. That is called Brahman. Those who study scripture and those who can teach scripture, they are Brahman. It is not by birth. So that is the Guna Karma Vibhag issue. So that is why he says Swadharma. And actually, if you go through Vinoba Bhave's Gita, Vinoba Bhave wrote one Gita. So if you go through Vinoba Bhave's Gita, Vinoba Bhave analyzed Gita in such a way, in every chapter, he actually tried to prove that Swadharma. His main intention was Arjuna was deflected from Swadharma. The whole Gita teaches, according to him, the whole Gita teaches only Swadharma. You stick on your Swadharma. That is what Gita teaches, according to him. So that is why here it is said, Sadharma Nishtha. That is what he said, Suti Pramana and Sadharma Nishtha. What will happen if these two things we will have? Atma-shuddhi. We will get the purity, a purity in heart. Atma-shuddhi. Taya eva Atma-shuddhi. And when Atma-shuddhi will come, what will happen? Vishuddha buddhe paramatma vedanam. Because how can we realize Paramatma? Realization comes through buddhi. If we don't have the realizing power, how can we realize? So that is why purification of buddhi is important. Pure buddhi and pure Atman is almost same. So that is why it is said pure buddhi. We can understand in many ways. See, why we are not seeing the reflection of sun on the lake. Because the lake water is dirty. You cannot see the reflection. If the lake water is turmoiled, if it is always disturbed, you cannot see the reflection. To see the reflection, the lake water must be stand and still and crystal clear. So all impurities, that is why meditation is required. What meditation gives us? Meditation will help us to precipitate our own impurities down in the unconscious. When you have to keep a water, dirty water, stand still, don't touch it, then the impurities will precipitate. It goes down at the bottom and the water will become clear. So that is. And then when you have the experience of Paramatman, as a result, what? Tenoivo samsara samula nasa. The samsara samula, with mula, root. From the root, it will be destroyed. So samsara means it is said, samsara means Song Sajai Shar. It is said, in Bengali it is said, where we are just, dressed and make up ourselves, and we are, as a clown, we are doing our act and role. We are playing our role. That is samsara. So this is another way. So he is saying how we can dispel the impurity. And the first thing is Viveka, Vijnana and grace. The second thing is Swadharma and faith, and follow the Shruti, the scripture. Follow the scripture and then do your Swadharma. That is the way. By following scripture, and we become purity of mind, and purity of mind itself means the realization of Paramatman. The realization of Paramatman means the destruction of samsara from the root. That is. Then the next verse, 149. कोशैर अन्नमयाद्यै पंचभीरात्मा न संवृतो भाति निज शक्ति समुत्पन्नै शैवाल पटोलेरी बी अम्बो बापी स्थम निज शक्ति समुत्पन्नै शैवाल पटलै बापिस्थम अम्बु इव अन्नमयाद्यै पंचभि कोशै संवृत्त आत्मा न भाति. It is said that कोशै अन्नमय कोशै भी निज शक्ति समुत्पन्नै. Nija Shakti Samutpannai, producing by my own power. Shaivala Patalai. Shaivala means the Shavla. What is that? Moss. Shaivala Patalai Bapistham. Bapistham means in the water body. Ombu. So, Panchavai Koshai, 5 koshas. It is said covered by 5 seeds, like the material one and the rest, which are the products of its own power. The self ceases to appear like the water of the tank by accumulating of sage. Here it says sage. Mosses and sages, same thing. So, this is the thing. Just like the water body accumulating and covered by the water lily or mosses or anything else, water body is covered. Similarly, our self is covered by Panchakosha, the 5 seeds. That is covered by 5 seeds, like material, one and the rest, which are the products of its own power. The self ceases to appear like the water body. It is like that. So, because of avidya and this Annamaya Kosha and all 5 seeds are the product of what?
Avidya.
You are just randomly telling from your common sense. Try to remember the picture I showed connected to Viveka Chudamani. 5 seeds, that means the human body, human senses, from where it is coming. Can you remember the tree? Can you remember the diagram? How the creation?
The primordial ignorance.
Yes, from primordial ignorance, how it comes? Yes, Mahatahankara. So, what is there? There is not Maya, that is neither Maya nor Avidya. What are the things connected with that?
Ishvara.
Huh? Ishvara is the top, at the top. Why have you forgot this? How it is coming? The human body is coming, the five senses are coming. So in Viveka Chudamani, definitely Maya is there, but creation is associated with what? Prakriti, what is Prakriti? Sattatama Rajas. So, remember the tree. Try to visualize in your mental eyes the tree. It is, some are connected with tamas, some are connected with rajas. And then the whole creation comes out. And human body is formed. So anyway, this Annamaya Kosha, when this Annamaya Kosha and all five koshas is coming, it is coming from Avidya, and obviously this Avidya is tamas and rajas, it is coming, you know. So these five koshas and everything, it is created by ignorance. And what that kind of ignorance? Sattatama Rajas. So by this, they are coming out, the five koshas. And these five koshas actually covered us. And they are not actually allowing our Atman to come out. And they are full of ignorance. So they are not allowing us, our Atman, to come out. Just as the water lily or the mosses, they cover the water, they do not allow water to come out. Just like that. So that is what it is said. And here it is said, covered by the five seeds like the material, and they are coming from which are the product of its own power. That means our own power, the Atma's own power. Power means guna. The Atma's own power is Sattatama Rajas. They are created. They are creating actually our different seeds. That is why it is said, we cannot understand or reveal the Atman is not revealed because of this ignorance. Ignorance is covering this. Don't think it in material way that this the light is inside and cover it. It is not just like that, but it is ignorance. That is why it is covering it. So when it will have the knowledge, automatically it will come up. That is the point. Now if you have any question, anybody has any question from the online, from here? Actually the main point is same, but he is explaining it in different ways. That is the point. So if you have any question, please come forward.
So, Maharaj, so we don't exist with this personality and with this form, this name. We don't exist at all.
Now, the statement or the question you asked we do not exist. First you say we means what? Better say I do not exist. So I means what? What do you mean by I?
The form and the name that we carry now doesn't really exist. It's nothing. It's not true.
So what is true then?
I don't know, I asked him.
Name and form doesn't have any meaning.
Hmm?
Name and form
Mhm.
doesn't have any meaning.
Right.
Name and form as doesn't.
So we are nothing really. What we think we are now is our family. We were born in a family.
Very slowly. Go slowly. This is a very complicated thing. Go slowly. The point is, there is no existence of name and form. Name and form actually the same thing. These are not two different things. If there is form, there is name. And there is no form at all. So form means what?
Body.
The form has no meaning actually. Any form, any kind of form has no meaning actually. So the point is, but this body, something is holding this body. No? Suddenly it will not come on the air, or without some holding it will not come. So definitely this body is holding something. As for example, there will not be an image or the image, the God and Goddess's image, you can take the example. If there is not the structure inside, you cannot make any kind of image. So definitely in a body there is some holding, there is some core thing. And what is that? That is Atman. Without Atman, body cannot be formed. So when you are saying I, so you have to define what do you mean by I. Definitely not the form, not the name, not the body. Form means body, not that. But there is something definitely is there. Otherwise, how can body will be formed?
Right. Like a mask. We don't really, I'm not that mask.
That is what we have to understand, that when we call it I, that conviction we have to develop, that I am not the body, I am not my designation, I am not that, but I am the Atman, the spirit. So if we can always understand this, that I am spirit, I am not the body, I am the spirit. Always if we can think that, then we develop this kind of conviction. Our mind is, what you teach your mind, mind will accept that. So if we can teach our mind that you are that, you are that, you are that, our mind will accept that. And our mind will say, yes, then I am not the body, I am the self, I am the spirit. And when we can understand that, our lots of problem will go. Our lots of problem will go. When there is a wave, when there is a form, then only question will come, which wave is bigger, which wave is powerful, which wave is smaller, the question will come. If it is simple ocean, no question will arise. No comparison will arise. So if we can understand that we are spirit, not the body, not the form, then there will be no comparison, then there will be nothing. And then only you can understand that everyone is same. Everyone is spirit. Only this form, in one place Swami Vivekananda says that if we can forget our body consciousness, that is liberation. That's all. The most problematic part is our body consciousness. That is the main bondage. The body consciousness. All problem comes from there. So if we think slowly, that we are the spirit, we are not body, we are the spirit, many problems can go. Any question from online?
Good question here.
Swamiji, I'd like to elaborate more on the will part. I think one of the remark was will is coming from the Atman, right? So in my current state, when I'm identified with body and mind, what are the other things which are coming from the Atman directly as an which I can experience?
Everything is coming from Atman.
Yeah, that's right. But it is like this is something a direct connection, right? Will is there. I'm like misunderstanding it and diverting
Our
outside.
awareness. Our awareness is coming from directly from Atman because of Atman. We are aware of everything else. We are aware I am sitting here. I am aware that I am talking. This awareness. That is direct Atman. I always say, that how can you know that you are not a dead person? If I say you are a dead person, you will justify, no, I am not a dead person, I am alive. If I say, no, you are dead, you will argue with me. So what prompts you to argue, by which knowledge you are justifying that you are alive? That is Atman. That is Atman. Yes.
What guidance you have for the Swadharma, Nishtha? And for Arjuna there was Krishna to remind him. What about us? How do we figure out our Swadharma?
What we are doing, that is our Swadharma. What we are doing, the work. Karma and guna. We can elevate our Swadharma. So guna karma vibhavisha. Our guna, our quality.
Like we get joy by serving Vedanta Society. That's one part. Then we also have desire in the workplace, like our talent and our.
See, this joy, I don't know whether you attended that class or not. I spoke many times regarding happiness and joy. So happiness has a different aspect. What does it mean by happiness? We have to understand that. So happiness has a specific definition and connotation and explanation in Vedanta. What do you mean by happiness? How our happiness differs from one another. Happiness is fixed. We cannot increase our happiness. Happiness is fixed for one level. there are different level of happiness. Take the example for a scientist. For me, I like eating. Okay? I like eating. I like party going. I like all kind of fun, merrymaking. Okay? But for a scientist, he doesn't care for food. He doesn't care for merrymaking. His enjoyment is in the laboratory. He knows nothing but laboratory. An artist, he knows only painting or he knows only playing instruments. So there are different levels of happiness, and in particular level, happiness is fixed. You cannot increase your happiness. Example, a doctor is there. A doctor operated a very critical operation and the operation was successful. The doctor is extremely happy. A farmer produced huge crop. He was happy. Can we distinguish the happiness of a doctor after operation and the happiness of a farmer after production? Their happiness is equal. You cannot discriminate happiness. Whose happiness is more? You cannot. So happiness is fixed. We think we can increase happiness, happiness is fixed in a particular level. We cannot increase happiness, we cannot decrease happiness. Happiness is fixed.
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
Well, you mentioned that Sri Krishna said we can elevate our caste depending upon our karma. In this room, some are by birth Brahmin, some are not. But in reality, which caste do we fall into? Because none of us read scriptures, none of us teaches scriptures. So by definition, none of us is Brahmin.
If a Brahmin, we have plenty of examples in our scripture. We know the bad, who is the slaughter, who is cutting the meat and selling. That's a great person, In Karma Yoga, Swamiji, complete works, he told all these stories that he is doing, but he could forecast, he would say all the different kind of things. One monk went there and he could understand why the monk came and everything. So he is bad. He is a, the slaughter is cutting meat. Still is a very high quality sadhaka. So that is guna. By guna he is elevated. And if a Brahmin by birth is doing all kind of, bad thing, so how can you say him be Brahmin? So like that. In the Ramakrishna mission, the monks are coming from different caste, creed, religion, from everywhere they are coming. But see, all are one level and they have ample of opportunity to develop. If I want to develop scriptures, I can. If I want to develop by music, I can. All kind of opportunities there. And see, one after another is coming. So previously, our Sarvaganandaji was there, beautiful singer. Then came Kripaparananda, beautiful singer. Now a new Swami has come, Fantastic voice, beautiful singer. You can see YouTube. So, what does it mean? Anybody, if they want, they can progress in any way. So, Rupayananda, fantastic orator. See, he wants, he developed there. Ishatmananda, fantastic worker. He developed, he worked there. There are many. One after another, I can give the example.
Maharaj, on a lighter note, I feel like in this room we are all Kshatriyas because we are all fighting every day in our workplace, in our own life, in our office, just like what Sanjay sir has said.
Yes, that is Gita view of life. That is Gita view of life. So, our one of the Swamis, I was in Golpark at that time. I am going to office. But Swami was the guest Swami. He said, "Hey Swami, where are you going?" I said, "Maharaj office." "Oh, Karma Kshetre, Kurukshetre." Karma Kshetra is Kurukshetra. So like that. Yeah, actually it is. And that is the best place Sri Krishna found to teach Bhagavad Gita. See, Kurukshetra means, Yuddha Kshetra means that is the most terrible place. There, that is the best place for. So, had Arjuna gone to office, so probably Sri Krishna would have taught Gita in the office itself. So, that is. Anybody? Mahavir ji?
Yeah, yes, sir.
No question. Mahavir ji is the authority of Gita.
It's okay, but right now it is.
Okay. Gaurav. So all are potential questionnaires.
Yeah, yes, no question.
Okay, thank you very much for your joining the class and everything. Please remember, on 25th of this month, we will have Kali Puja here. So at 10 o'clock at night it will start and it will continue up to 1 or 1:30.
25th night.
25th night. So I request everybody, please come with your family, friends and acquaintances. And another, we will have an academic program. It is a very high level academic program in Berkeley on 15th November. 15th November. And the keynote speaker, I said number of times, but again I repeat, the keynote speaker will be Professor Ruth Harris. She wrote a book on Swami Vivekananda in a very different angle. She is the professor of Oxford. Then Professor Goldman, Robert Goldman, he translated Valmiki Ramayana in English. Very authentic scholar. Professor from UC Berkeley. He will interact with Ruth Harris. Then there will be the panel discussion. We are not very sure that Professor Dipesh Chakraborty will be in the panel or he will deliver talk, because previously it was scheduled that Professor Ajoy Rao will come, but he cancelled because of his wife is not well. So that is why he cancelled. And instead, Professor Dipesh Chakraborty is coming from Chicago University. In our last program, he was there. And he was the Vivekananda chair. You know, when Pranab Mukherjee was the finance minister of government of India. By the initiative of government of India, a plaque was put in the Art Institute, and a Vivekananda chair was founded in Chicago University. So Dipesh Chakraborty was the first chairholder of Vivekananda chairholder of Chicago University. So Dipesh Chakraborty is coming. Very senior, very respectable professor. So we are not sure Dipesh Chakraborty will deliver individual talk or he will be in the panel, because he is so fantastic orator. So we are little bit thinking that if he will be in the panel, he will, sweep away the show. So we are little bit hesitate what we shall do. And the other panelists are Dr. Rita Sharma. He also compiled a book on Swami Vivekananda. She also compiled a book on Swami Vivekananda, Dr. Rita Sharma. So she is from GTU, Graduate Theological Union. She is she is also holding one chair, okay, in Graduate Theological Union. I forgot the which chair, but she is also holding a chair, Graduate Theological Union. And the other one is Chris Chappell. He is from, I always forget, he is from Loyola Marymount College, LA. So he is from there. So the panelists. And the panelists will be moderated by Obrak Luther, who is the professor of Sanskrit in South Asian Studies, UC Berkeley. And the whole thing will be initiated by Professor Munish Faruqi, who is the head of the Department of South Asian Studies, UC Berkeley. So it's a very high level program. So I request you all. So we rented a church, First Presbyterian Church of Berkeley. So 700 seat. It is free. So our previous program was ticketed program. So this program is free. Please come with your family, friends and acquaintances. And very high level program. All have the the background of Swami Vivekananda's background. So excellent. So see, this way it is not only we are celebrating, that is true, but in this way, how many very high level professors also are coming, intellectuals are coming in the influence of Swami Vivekananda. See, they have to read, they have to, at least they come to know who is Swami Vivekananda, and Swami Vivekananda came here 25 years ago. So this influence is there, And the impact, I saw two impacts actually. You also probably aware of that 15th August, so the rally, Fremont rally, one cart, one float was Swami Vivekananda's 125th anniversary. And another Durga Puja, that is called Prathama. They made the pandal of Belur Math.
Wow.
Because of 125th anniversary. So see, indirectly the influence are there. So if there is no program, they probably they don't know that 125th anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. Okay. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. So next Sunday we will have program, but the following Sunday we don't have program, because the following Sunday, Saturday, will be the Kali Puja. Please come with your family, friends and acquaintances.
Maharaj, next Sunday, is it Ramnam or just Puja?
No, Puja. No. Ramnam will be next November 1st.
November 2nd.
First, sorry.
First.
Yeah.